I've been thinking a lot about Popgun and his hello friends and welcome back because I've been doing this for like 4 years and I still don't have like a kitschy lead in. I usually just steal yours, Popgun, and it still hasn't become my brand. It's still your brand.
You know we're live, right?
I do. That was my lead-in.
That's your lead-in? Your lead-in is talking about copying my
awesome.
lead-in and failing
at it? I thought
that
was such a good lead-in.
Oh. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, we haven't done this in a year.
It's been too long. By the way, for those of you who are wondering what division you got, I actually know.
Okay.
And all of you are going to know at the top of the hour. The official Looney Channel announced that they were going to do a reveal show at 5 p.m. Eastern Time with special guests Sasu, Dark, and Fufu. Which is, and those three do not know what the divisions are. So they're going to have basically live reactions to the divs like the rest of you are. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will tell you tomorrow on my podcast, the Popcast, that WetUp and The Koalition had a very interesting debate earlier this morning. It just so happens they're both playing each other in this grand finals. And, well, I'll say this. If one team wins, the seeding council is going to look really smart because we finished the divisions before this is said. If the other team wins, people are going to be like, how did this happen? When divisions come out, there's going to be some outrage. I'll just leave it at that. So,
Popkin, when you were working on the seeding council, they told you they were doing golf rules this time, right?
Well, I showed them the script we had for Low Ink, and it's played out the way we grid it up so far.
It's like the higher number is the better div this time. They told you,
well,
right?
That's going to work really bad for all the teams that are in Division X, I guess. There is the Vampire King, I guess we'll go with that, who's been using E-Leader up to this point in most of the games that we've seen them play here. And the Game 1 classic Splat Zones make Omar think find ways to get the E-Leader into the right spot to be able to do some damage right here. This is the first time I believe both teams have played each other all weekend long.
Oh, the E-Leader! You know, we haven't seen, or I haven't seen Popkin in such a long time. Just players evaporate out of midair. I'm so used to sort of like seeing the attacker and assessing the situation, and okay, now we fight to see who gets the splat. It's kind of refreshing to just see players disappear off your screen.
Evaporate out. That was your sulfuric acid movement, and you missed the opportunity to drop it.
Oh, you don't get to steal my line, Bob.
What is this? That was for you. You let it go. What do you mean? You let it go? Just like the Coalition is letting the zone go as WetUp, the team that has been waiting for about an hour for this set to start, is picking up right where they left off. A reverse sweep to get into this one, and now they're looking to get the early KO unless the Coalition has something they can pull out really quick right here. With the Octobrush, with the missiles being fallen. On top of that, they take care of the Inkjet. Two players going down on the side of WetUp. Can the zone be flipped back? It's just the Dynamo versus the E-Leader, and the E-Leader has the high ground, Anakin, so that's not going to work out too well. Jumps desperately coming in. They're going to have Soda to work with. Can they attack the zone in time? I died.
What? Why aren't we painting? It's Splat Zones. That's how. Why?
Yep. There you go. WetUp wins. Moving on to game 2. That happened. Brush, where are you in your room right now? I can barely. I think Brush fell out of his chair.
We play Splatoon before you play any of the ranked game modes. You learn how to put ink down. You play Turf War.
I mean, WetUp just wins. That's just what you do right there. I'm surprised that the Dynamo survived. I mean, they were just right in front of that face of the E-Leader. It is like, oh, that's such an easy picking, but they didn't get it. And now the Coalition is opting to go with Splat Zone's Mahi Mahi Resort against an E-Leader.
Yeah, we saw this a ton last month, though, Popgun. This was Coalition sort of first counter pick every time.
Were they playing an E-Leader last month?
No, I don't
an
think
E-Leader
they
that
were.
just soloed your Dynamo?
It's true.
I
It's
don't
true.
I don't know about this one. We'll see how it works out though. Obviously, but I mean, this is a must-win for the Coalition. You go down 2-0 against a team like WetUp in this situation right here. That might be cookies and juice at this point. Dropping the Dynamo in favor of the X-Blosh. Here comes a Carbon out and said, hey, I know you guys saw Carbon a lot last time. How about Sizz with the Ninja Squid Carbon? See what you got to do with that.
Vampire King doubling down on that E-Leader, now adding the scope. So a little bit more range for them here. That's going to be difficult to work around. Dynaman sort of hugging that little pillow. They're going to back up. They see a laser come out along with the Inkjet by Cybral. Now a 3v2 on the field as trades and picks come out.
Uh-oh. Behind you! Behind you! Oh, no, they lost track of the Dapple dualies. And 2 players instantly explode. That should be the zone into the Coalition's favor as the zone's dropping. So this is a great situation for the Coalition. Oh, they just completely lost track of the Dapples.
Yeah, I mean, for SK, I think this is the 5th weapon we've seen from them today on stream, at least. So a jack of all trades here, and it's paying off as they're able to sort of work around, find things that'll help them displace their opponent's comp. That's the flex player you need to see, but going down is them.
So
Your
the
turn.
zone has been dropped, so which means we can actually play the stage now. And WetUp holds on to their lead, weathering the storm. But the missiles are going to be key here to make sure that Vampire King is just constantly hopping back and forth. Now, you don't want them to get set up top there with plenty of room around them and nobody flanking behind them. It's going to be a hard thing to deal with. But they're doing a good job so far of making sure that the E-Leader doesn't get comfortable. And now it's just a question of, okay, how do you win the Reslider tug of war that their Dreadringer is going to be presenting? Oh, but the Coalition has the lead, actually. So now they're going to have to do more than just tug of war.
WetUp has been doing a great job using that Inkjet for utility, finding a pick, forcing displacement, forcing your opponents to move if you're not going to find the splat. It's Cybral with that umbrella there, going to go down now, but not before they find a couple picks of room. Just SK sort of trying to dance around and stay alive, but E-Leader pointed a laser at them. And we're back to a staggering mid, but oh my gosh, WetUp's keeping the aggression. 3 picks back-to-back and another evaporation there.
Yeah, and that's why the E-Leader, knowing that nobody's going to flank around behind them, can just stay right there and dominate so much of the map. Like, okay, you're not even safe over there. But as long as they got those missiles, they're going to have to move in with that. The Booyah Bomb not being thrown onto the zone instead of just trying to chase somebody else around on the backside. This is your chance to get in there and try to do some damage. As you see the Coalition trying to do that, losing their Stanford players' hands being thrown on the zone. That's not going to be enough, and WetUp in a good KO opportunity right here as the last player from the Coalition gets cleaned up, time being taken away. And that, no, they didn't. They didn't.
Sometimes the most entertaining moments are the simplest in this game. Another 2 come out as the timer ticks down. Not quite enough pain on the zone. WetUp 1 away now from the match and the tournament.
Well, and that's exactly why I'm like, I don't... Okay, look, this is what you feel comfortable with. Okay, so be it. You got to be taking into account who you're going up against. I mean, Vampire King is good. It's not often, especially in solo queue, you run across an E-Leader who's actually, okay, now I have to respect this player. Because you do. And that's what the WetUp's opening was built around. You saw that Inkjet come out in the first 10 seconds. That wasn't to get a splat. That was just to push the players back so that they could get their E-Leader set up onto that little tower area and just literally control the entire map from there with the scoped variant of it. They lost track of the Dapples and that slowed things down. But once they got control and there was no flank possibility, it's like, okay, we can throw missiles to try to dislodge them. But if we don't move with the missiles, like, what are we going to do? And WetUp just had a better game plan for that one. The Coalition now has to pull off a reverse sweep. And if they do that, Lowing Grand Finals is going to be running during the Ludi div reveal. And that's going to be awkward for everybody. So,
Okay. Hey, the Koalition here. I mean, 3 before WetUp wins 1. And it's going to start, because we wrote the script, Popkin. It's going to start on Rainmaker Humpback. I think they learned their lesson on zones.
There we go. This makes sense. You got the Dynamo. You know, I'm sure E-Leader player would be like, I'm satisfied anywhere, but this is a little bit of a better. This is a better counter pick. This makes more sense, in my opinion. And well, they have to make a counter pick that makes sense. They don't have a choice at this point.
What's your favorite candy, Popgun?
What? Brush. you could have run out of content that quickly to where we have to go with this.
Answer the question. It's important to what I'm about to say.
Would you count Oreos as candy?
Sure. So
Yes,
if
it's
you're
Oreo.
wet up here, you've gotten a taste of something sweet. Like a nice Oreo here. Maybe a double stuff. Maybe even a mega stuff Oreo, not sponsored. It's about, for the Koalition, to be something that's going to break that up. Whether it's milk, whether it's sulfuric acid, whether
golden
it's water.
Oreo.
Yeah, we got to break up the Oreo. You got to split apart its pieces. Take the top cookie and the bottom cookie and the gunk in the middle and get them to opposite sides of the field, around the stage, and run that Rainmaker up the middle. That's how you win Rainmaker Humpback.
So the Koalition, they got swept last time in Grand Finals. Now, I was potty training PJ, so I didn't watch any of that. Chad is saying this is the same exact maps they picked last time. Is that true?
Yeah, feels right.
Okay, well, let's see how it works out. But there's a junior.
An E-Leader. There wasn't an
I
like this.
So there's a lot of changes going on here. Obviously, the Dynamo we expected. Is that a double bomb junior from Poland?
Yeah, close to it, especially with the LDE. One push and they'll be double bomb, no problem. So it's
now,
gonna come.
Here we go. 2 players going down, and the E-Leader is among them. Battle Junior starting to push up, but it's the Inkjet doing a good job. Look at the zoom in here. That's not a sploosh. What are we doing? Going around the world. And WetUp in a good situation. WetUp could get lead right here.
Yeah, I mean, look, you gotta get some space in to make the Koalition, though, holding it down, at least off of the respawns. The Junior's gonna have to, I think, play a little bit more passively. They have the Octo to do the silly rat moves, but where on the field are they?
Well, 2 players are back at their own spawn right now. Another one is getting all kinds of hell rained down on them, and it just leaves the Dynamo to get reslid. Oh. It said the brush says, no, the brush pushed the Dynamo out of the way and said, no, let me take this one, brother. You stop the Rainmaker in my honor, which they don't. They do get the checkpoint. There goes a hammer out of nowhere. Yeah, I will say this. They are doing a good job of beating up the E-Leader, and that's going to make moving a whole heck of a lot easier. But unless they get set up in mid, well, I mean, look, it's just been in the first minute and 30 seconds. It's not... there's that.
But we're like Dynamo. A third of the way through this game, Popgun, and we haven't really seen a coordinated effort from either team. It looks like WetUp now, though, trying to make something happen. Some specials out, calling out Poland in that tricky situation, but no one, there's the Rainmaker finally, so looks like we're going to actually get some movement finally.
This junior is trying to make some plays happen, and they're just not happening at this point. But again, similar to a flank, all you got to do is just make one of these like kind of solo moments land. But 2 players instantly going down, and WetUp is starting to make their championship winning push right here. They add to the lead, 35 remaining. You chase out the Stamper. Is the push over? I think it is. Yes, because you got the Inkjet going off in mid, who does able to get a splat. And gets another one on top of that. What is this player doing? Who are you?
They've been popping off all day with this Brella. I mean, that's what happens when you're comfortable with your main weapon. So now Vamp King, the E-Leader, grabbing that Rainmaker, pushing all the way up. They got to get into that little rail. They're not going to opt to. They're going to go the other way. And 14 points is nothing to laugh at here against their counter pick. The Koalition on the respawn. Maybe they're going to be able to drop it down finally and try to get some momentum moving quickly to the right side.
Another Inkjet yet again. By the way, I was laughing with my friends because the Inkjet did get nerfed on that weapon specifically. Like, it takes 10 more points to get them out. Not that that like a huge impact or anything, but they're still getting spammed and used very successfully by the Brella. But here comes the Koalition. They got a hammer they can work with, and they're so close to getting the lead. Can they clear the way? 2 players going down from WetUp. Make that 3. Here comes a Kraken trying to lead the way. The Rainmaker gets popped. Can they get a few more points? No. It's the Brella player yet again who has another Inkjet ready to go, trying to fire on the backside of it. It shuts it down. Oh my goodness, this Brella player.
But don't laugh. They're moving the other way. No one on the respawn. Sabus moving all the way up. No one painting the pedestal. 6 points. They run it quickly while the whole team's on the back foot, and they're going to extend their lead into easy hold territory. What a crazy 180 from the Koalition. Or against the Koalition.
And what happened? The Rainmaker got shut down here. As the Carbon Roller says, "No, you are in my bubbler. This is my fight that we're taking right here." A minute left to go, though. The Koalition, they had the pieces, they had the right opportunity, but look who has another Inkjet ready to go. It's the Brella, who's just waiting for the right opportunity to pop it and build up yet another one. This is looking like WetUp is going to close out this tournament right here.
Not if Dynaman has anything to say about it. Megu now rotating in, rotating around. That's the hold on the right side, but going to help their team to pop that. Here comes the hammer. No utility behind them, though. Opting to throw it. Not going to find a pick with it. Now a 3v4 on the field. Specials ready for both teams. Sizz playing a little bit of aggression with that Carbon on the right side. Getting called out. Jumping out. Now the Rainmaker's grabbed by the Koalition. Pink or cyan paint up ahead in their favor. SK finding one. No one's watching the E-leader, though, so Dynaman holding that Rainmaker, forced to play a little bit slower. You have to imagine that they're going to explode soon here. Overtime begins, and no player advantage to their name. Specials going offline. Vampire King and E-leader flank trying to deal with the Rainmaker at the last second. Looks like they're the ones to find it, too. What a fun way to end that one, Popkin.
WetUp is your tournament champions in dominant fashion. One of the rare teams to go 18-0 on day one. They took several losses over the course of this day. Keep in mind, Daybreak had them 2-0 in winners finals. They were about to get swept down in the losers bracket. They reverse swept, and they did not lose another game since, closing this tournament out with a 6-game win streak. They beat Neo Wave 2-1. Lost another game along the way, but WetUp, Koalition, they had opportunities to win that third game. I really questioned the counter pick on the second one. They played great over the course of the entire weekend, but at the end of the day, WetUp was just the best team in this tournament, and they let it show there in that grand finals.